Hey everyone, it's Denise Brown from the Caregiving Years Training Academy. Last Monday, my sister tested positive for COVID. She works in a daycare center. 2 days prior to her testing positive, she had spent time with my parents. She's their hairstylist now. And then I went to visit as well. So the three of us were exposed. So my sister called me that morning to let me know had tested positive. She's tested twice a week at work. And then it started a series of phone calls. So I called my niece, who helps my parents 3 days a week. We decided that she should stay home. And then we called my mom, walked her through what to do next, which is to call the home health agency. And then they scheduled at home tests for my parents and then included me. And then the next day, we were tested at home. And then amazingly enough, we have tested negative. That is the miracle. Those steps were helpful for me because now I have a plan in place when something else happens. So we started the conversation about what to do when what happens. Now we've been having these conversations over the period of a year, but you know what? You just never know what could happen. So it was helpful to think about another scenario. We actually help you figure this out for your own personal situation in a free monthly virtual meeting that we host on the fourth Friday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself and certified caregiving consultants hold this virtual 1 hour meeting where we help you create your family emergency plan. We meet as a group for 15 minutes and then we do breakout sessions. So you and a small group connect with a certified caregiving consultant to start to think about what's your plan for the what ifs. Someone asked me about pushback on this, if there's a pushback about people thinking about doing this. And honestly, there isn't. Everybody says this is great. Everybody enjoys the conversation about the what ifs. And I will tell you that I did take some time to figure out what actually is this planning session. So in my research, I know that family caregivers don't have a backup plan. And oftentimes it's this idea that we don't have one person that can step in and do what we do. So then we think, well, there's no one who can step in and do what I do. So there's just no backup plan. So Beth Sareth, who's one of our certified caregiving consultants, helped me with the term for what we're planning for, which is a family emergency plan. And she positioned it this way. When you're at work and a call comes in and something is wrong, you say to your coworkers, I have a family emergency and I have to leave. And so that's how we came up with the title, Family Emergency Planning Session. Honest to goodness, I was talking to someone this morning about it. Just out of the blue, I said, well, what do you think about family emergency planning sessions? And she was like, yes, we all need it. The reality is we all do. And it's not just one and done. It's one every year because we don't know what's going to change every year. And it's thinking about what if there's another health emergency, and it could be a health emergency within the family or within the country, but it's also what if there's a weather emergency? What's our plan for that? What's our plan for medical equipment, for supplies? And it's thinking through. It's not saying we're going to borrow trouble. It's really thinking about what could happen and then what's our plan for if it happens. That was a great book I read a few years ago about how you survive disasters. And the reality is you survive a disaster when you plan ahead. So one of the examples in this book, which was great, and I wish I could think of the name of it, but it was about surviving disasters. They shared those who survived an airplane crash had done some advanced planning, and that includes counting the number of rows from where they sat to the emergency exit. So now when I get on a plane, I haven't gotten on a plane in about 14 months, but the next time I do, I will do what I always do, and that is count how many rows from where I sit to where the nearest emergency exit is. The reality is when you have a plan, you can put it in place. If there's an emergency and you don't have a plan, there's nothing to put in place and you're too stressed out to figure out what to do. But if you've walked yourself through, your mind has mapped it. And that's what we do in the family emergency planning sessions. We start to do a map with our mind about what to do when something happens. That way, when there's a phone call and the stress gets to you, you have a plan in place. You don't have to think of a plan in place when you're too stressed out. So I encourage you to join us on the fourth Friday of every month. I'll put the RSVP link in the comments section below. It is free to join us for the first hour. And then if you like the consultant you connect with in the small breakout sessions, you can schedule a follow-up 30-minute session for $40 where the consultant will meet with you one-on-one to figure out your personalized plan, because every situation is different. And we know that. So we're going to start you so that you can continue with your plan. In addition, when you RSVP, you actually get a generic plan to download to get you started. And the plan includes wheels, which are tools that our certified caregiving consultants use. And the tools are really just prompts to start a conversation. And then there's information that you can add to your guide. The goal is that once you meet with us, you can meet one-on-one with a consultant, or you can start the conversation with your family, and you have these conversation starters as part of your tool. Okay, so it's the fourth Friday of every month, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We meet for an hour and it's free. Oh, and if you're a healthcare professional, a nurse, or a certified dementia practitioner, or a certified senior advisor, you can earn 1 CEU by joining us, and the CEUs are free. I so believe in what we're doing that I want as many people to join us and as many people as possible to start this planning process. So look for the link to RSVP, and I look forward to seeing you the fourth Friday of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.